Welcome to this BVTV podcast coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is number 3 in this Sabine Trilogy, where our focus is on inspiring women entrepreneurs to seize the opportunity to live their dream by starting a business. For the final time, sadly, let's say hello to Sabine Gedeon. Hello, Sabine.
Hello, Malcolm.
I'm going to be sad to leave LA in a moment. You've got such fire up, you're such inspiration. Now, this may be the last episode in your trilogy, but we're going to leave our audience buzzing and ready to take action. I'd like you to top up their confidence batteries by talking about today's altered world, where agility and adaptability are key, but which in turn lead to the need for change or transformation. And that change often frightens most people. So what's your thoughts now? Lovely woman entrepreneur may be worried about this constant of change, and how should she keep the karma for herself and her team? What's your advice?
Yes, this is definitely my wheelhouse. And so before I go into the positive pieces, right, I'm gonna go a little dark here first. In reality, there are two constants in this world, right? It's change and it's death.
Yes.
Not to be not to be super
Yeah, I know.
morbid, right? But those are the two constants, and yet they are the two that trip us up the most. We are caught off guard every single time, either one of them shows up, which is, ironic in many different ways. But knowing that those are the two constants, should give us some reprieve, if you will, to understand that, okay, it's coming, it's going to happen. So rather than spiral down this, rabbit hole of negativity when things don't go your way or there's an unexpected disruption, we can start to plan for this. Now, we can't plan for everything, right? Because look at 2020. No one could have planned for that. At least not, regular humans. Maybe up at Capitol or whatever. But nonetheless, 2020 was a perfect example of change, disruption, chaos. And, we all, to an extent, felt some of that pressure, felt some of that fear of, okay, well, what's going to happen? And we didn't know what was going to happen from day to day. But what what I saw, what I noticed, or what I was able to pinpoint was that, organizations that really stuck true to that mission and vision, and thinking back what I shared in the previous episode there, is that, you have to remain clear on where you headed and why, like letting that be your anchor. The companies who are really, really clear on that vision and mission, they didn't allow this major disruption and change to fully uproot or upend their organization. So you saw things like, brick and mortar organizations, if you will, they went online. They figured out a way, they went online. Restaurants, they started using their parking spaces for outdoor dining. Grocery stores ramped up their delivery. Live events went virtual. You started to see the innovation and the transformation. Like the mission and the vision didn't change of the company and what they wanted to do. They just had to shift how they provided that. And so keeping that in mind as you're building your business, you definitely want to make sure that you are thinking through, like, what if something happens? How do I keep this thing going? How do I not allow the external disruptions to, stop me from servicing and supporting the people that I set out to do and I put all this time, effort, and money into doing? And so, if you really think throughout, well, at least throughout my life, every time there's been a major, catastrophe or whatever, sudden change, you've seen amazing innovations come out of it.
Mm.
So I would even challenge you to see change as not a barrier or like something to run from, but an opportunity. What gap did that change create that I can now fill? And then one real small technical strategy that you can use, it's called worst case scenario, right? Think through all of the worst things that could happen, right? Whether it be, in your personal life, in your business, whatever the case may be, all of the worst things, and then start to plan for them. They may not happen, but at least you'll have a plan. and that weight of the what if that you're carrying, you will have it on paper or document or something like that. But don't allow that what if or that those worst case scenarios to bind you up in here. You're already dealing with enough with your inner critic. Start to plan for catastrophe. Start to plan for unexpected changes, interruptions, and you'll find that when they do happen, you may still be caught off guard, but at least you have a plan B set up.
Yeah. And my mantra for all my life has been no problems, only opportunities. And I think that you just summarized that brilliantly. Thanks, Sabine. Now, let me remind our audience of your URL, your website address, which is, on viewers, obviously, you can see it on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let's spell it out. It's all the W's, Sabine, 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 Gedeon. Now that is spelled Gedeon, SabineGedeon.com. Your book is called Transformed, The Journey to Becoming. Sabine, you've been a true inspiration across this trilogy. I just love your energy. I just love your enthusiasm. And I trust you've stimulated hundreds, no, thousands through it to get on and do it. Thanks, Sabine.
Thank you so much, Malcolm, for having me.